Hello everybody, the Cornish Adventurer here and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today we are here at the St Winnow Barton Farm Museum and we're going to go and have a look through it. So let's get into it, shall we? So the main road to get into the farm is here. It's also a boatyard which is over there. So you come down here, so this is the museum, so you've got a little blacksmith shop here, which is actually quite cool. But it looks a bit old, some old nests as well, which is quite amazing. So you walk through here, you've got a little custom design trailer, which is quite nice. So then you're greeted with this view, which we'll go over that in a sec. You can't go down here, but you can see the river that's just down there, and it is a lovely day. So this is the St Winnow Barton Farm Museum. So try and do the best I can. So this is an old Air Ministry tractor, probably pulled a few Spitfires around, a few ammunitions, more than likely. This was in June 2016, and the final result was in March 2017, which is quite cool. There you go. So you come all the way up and then come all the way back around. So I'll try to go as slow as I can. So you've got all different farming machinery and equipment that 20th century farms used, which is quite cool. So I believe how you start this one, it was like a charge that you put it in, lit it, and it exploded, and then started it. That's how I believe it started. I could be wrong, but yeah. It looks like some old water pump. It is a Beresford D stalk, I think that's how you pronounce it. As you can see there. So an old grinder, I think that is, for the farming machinery. I'm not very good with all my farming machinery equipment, so I do apologise in advance. Well, I know this is some sort of baler here. It would go... No, this is a muck spreader. This is a muck spreader here. Manual spreader, yeah. So this is this one here. So obviously the old muck would be loaded into here, and then these would churn it up and spread it onto the field. This is an old baler, which is quite cool. You would have had a tractor obviously here with a great big wheel here, and it would be driving those belts, which would be in turn actually working the machine, which is quite cool. Here you've got an old wood lathe. Wow, 1815. Very early wood lathe. That's really cool. So you got old horse stuff. Here you got an old horse cart, which is really cool. And you've got actually one up there as well, which is really nice. So this is more like the horse stables around here, the horse stuff here. Back to work, April 2015. Okay, so something, I'm guessing that tractor there. I should know all this because I used to be into farming machinery and farming stuff. Especially Farm Sim 2017 I was into. So yeah, this is really cool. And these are the old tractors that were, I'm guessing, worked on the farm. Some really nice ones here. That'll be for either hay or muck, one of the two. Got an old fork, shovels. You got an old plough back there. driven by, it's a horse plow. That's really cool. Actually got quite a few of them here. Yeah, that would, you'd be holding the handles here and it would be driven by either a horse or a very light tractor, which is quite cool. You got horse stuff, I believe that's horse stuff back there. I'm not too sure what that is. But you got all different, is this for tyres? Don't know, but it's all got different old style of tractors. You got the JCB, Fendt, New Holland, John Deere, their Farmall M diesel, Fordson, very famous one, Ferguson. Then it was merged into Massey Ferguson. That I do know, which is quite cool. This is, I'm guessing, a note from one of the farmers, which is quite cool. If you want to pause it any time, please be my guest and pause it to read bits and pieces. Yeah, these are the horses that would have... Shire horses, I believe they are. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments what it is and timestamp it as well. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Then you've got some old... What did that used to be? Let's have a look. Potato planter. This used to be a potato planter. That's really cool. Allison. No, sorry. A lion. Sorry. A lion. Wow, that is really cool. An old potato planter. Yeah, that was really cool. Not too sure what that is. What is that? Does it say? No. Obviously, these are old wheelbarrows. Very early wheelbarrows. I'm guessing these are old, like, comics. Boat trolley. Okay, so guessing a boat is to sit on here. Again, I'm not too sure. That's a very old lawnmower. Wow, that is a really cool one. The David Brown collection. Wow. So if I go back and see all of them, that is really cool. If I'm not mistaken, David Brown went into administration, so bankruptcy, I think it was. 1979, I think that was their last one. That's when they started, 1936. That one there. And it went all the way through. Again, please be my guest to pause it and have a read through. Obviously that one there, a wartime one. So, very, very cool. Some sketch of some sort, which is, again, quite good. So you've got all David Brown stuff here. So you've got a plough, a couple of ploughs, actually they're all ploughs. Alice Chalmers Model B 20 horsepower. Believe it or not, that thing has got more horsepower than my first ever motorbike that I had. I was meant to do content on it until the engine blew up, which is not ideal, but there we are. Yeah, this is really cool. David Brown 25D, the lower price diesel with higher performance. That's the original sign for it. That's really cool. 1954. Wow. I'm guessing some sort of planter again. Actually, no, that's it turns the hay over, if I'm correct. Yeah, I'm sure that turns the hay over, or the grass over, to dry it. album binder. Not too sure what that is back there, that great big machine there. But you got an old Fordson there with the old engine start, which is there. I don't know if you can see it very well. But again, that's really cool. Another David Brown, 1955. New to this farm, used it up until the mid-70s. Oh wow. That's an old Fergie, or Ferguson. People call them Fergie for their nicknames, essentially. So, and you got a planter back there, which is just there. That I do know. A rotary hoe. So there we go. That's the rotary hoe. That's connected onto this one. This is that one there. I'm not too sure what that actually is. Again, let me know down in the comments what it is. So I went to a rally in '78. That's cool. Yeah, and that's where the bales would come out. AMG farm equipment. Wow. 1916. That's the tractors in 1916. Went up to 28. I used to have a book about all tractors. I used to be a proper geek when I was younger. And the path is literally a barn, which is quite cool. So you got another Alice Chalmers there, but we will go around there. That's an old Perry loader. That's really cool. You got David Brown weights as well on a David. Is that David Brown? Yeah. Its own weights, which is really cool. Wheel weights. High pivot loader, that's what this is here. Yeah, very, very cool. If I can show you. My phone's quite hot, so I've got to be careful. Yeah, very cool. God, wow, that's an old child's high chair. Trawler stove. All bits and pieces in there. Wow, the photo frame's actually gone mouldy. What the hell? Granny's chair. Butter churn. Hand lamp. Army Primus. Not too sure what that is. Yeah, that's very cool. It's quite good that most of it is all labelled. Washing dolly. Oh wow. Teapots. Another old wheelbarrow here. And they're not rubber that they used to be. This is all metal of some sort. That's wooden. But it's all metal around. They didn't mess around in those days. Cottage bath. Look at that. Oh wow, look at that bad boy. Coffee. Bloody hell. So what did this used to be? Dairy. So this is some sort of dairy machine. Milking stool. I actually made one of those. Yeah, very cool. Surface milk cooler. And you got all bits and pieces up there. That has got to be a weighing machine. The scales or whatever you want to call it. Box churn. Something to do with dairy, I'm guessing. Churn or butter churn. Oh, you literally just turn it around, I'm guessing. C drill wheels. Very nice. Yeah, very cool. Alright, let's get back onto these. Alice Chalmers D272 1958. And they actually went to a rally. Oh no. Wally's Alice. Donated by the late Walter Dawson. Oh wow. All manual gearboxes back then. We've got another type of tractor here, which is the engine is in the rear, which is a weird design, but very, very cool. That's definitely a baler, like a later model baler compared to that one. This would attach with there. Just trying to see if might be on that bit there, on the prop shaft. I think that's what they call them. But yeah, definitely a later model of baler. Album baler 1957. Very, very cool. Guessing that would petrol powered or diesel powered elevator, which I'll show you in a bit. This is an old wagon of some sort. As you can see, it goes all the way up there. It's a great big old horse wagon. A couple of horses would have, yeah, there you go, look. It would have stored hay on top, or had hay on top. Hay kicker, as you can see there. So there's a hay kicker up there as well. As you can see, so that's what I was on about earlier. But you'd have had a tractor there, pulling belts to actually move that, which is that one there. As you put hay into that, the back bit, which is over there, would have been reversed up to this. Then hay would have gone up to here, and have I got that wrong way around? I don't know, but that's the illustration, basically what I was telling you earlier. Yeah, this is very, very fascinating. Wow. The original flaked maize. Trademark. Proper big cutting saws. Look how big that is. Not the traditional hand saw that you see today. These are proper big ones. No messing around in those days. Wow. Absolutely amazing. As you can see, there, look. These are amazing. So if we come out, if you're wondering how I got here, obviously it's in the middle of nowhere. I got a lift from my friend's dad. He's just gone over to have a look at other places, but yeah. So there's people where I want to have a look, but it's literally just plows and stuff like that earlier on that I showed you. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video. If you like what I'm doing, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, punch that subscribe button. Something different on the channel, as it is a Cornish adventure, so I'll go places. Hoping to have some mobility soon, as I'm literally stuck with just getting lifts from people or other public transport. So yes, thank you very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.